So let's see here. He's gonna be hungry for sure. There we go. Just like I said, this is the Scolopendra subspinipes. Very, very pretty centipede right there. Asian giant centipede. And as you have probably guessed from the title, this is going to be a invertebrate feeding video, obviously. Got a lot of footage from feeding all the scorpions and tarantulas and the centipedes as well, so I thought I just gonna put it in one video. There we go. So he is a big centipede, so I'm gonna give him another one probably now. So, oh, there we go. Still very hungry, as you can see. Usually with the centipedes, I wait until they're finished with the first meal after I give a second one. With the tarantulas, I actually throw in several crickets, and they are oftentimes able to eat 2 or even 3 at once. The scorpions as well, they can hold 2 in the pincers and 1 in the mouth actually, but not more than that. There we go. Look at them. Very hungry for sure. So let's go to the next one. So this is another very pretty centipede. There we go. This is Scolopendra dehaani. And this is a particular color morph from more elevated habitats compared to the lowland variants. This is called the cherry red color variant. Very pretty, in my opinion. Even though they seem to be a bit smaller than the lowland Scolopendra dehaani. So, there we go. Very hungry, the centipedes. This is Scolopendra pieceoflava, which is a bit of a more rare species, I guess. At least compared to the subspinipes and dehaani, they are very commonly kept, at least from what I can tell. There we go. Another very beautiful centipede with the kind of banded pattern on the back. There we go. I'm gonna give him another one as well. So, let's see if he would like to take a second cricket. Oh, come on. He is a bit agitated now, but oh, there we go. He's gonna get it. Now just let go of the tweezers. There we go. Again, the Scolopendra pieceoflava, you really don't see too many of them. I think they were considered a subspecies of dehaani as well. They're also a species of Asian centipede. There we go. But they are very pretty. However, all the Asian centipedes, they seem to be much more easily agitated than some of the African or South American counterparts, which I don't really mind though. So let's feed some tarantulas next. This is actually a dwarf tarantula. There we go. So it's a smaller growing species. It's barely larger than a normal spider. Look at that. But very pretty looking. This is the Pseudhapalopus sp blue. And you can probably tell where this species got its name from. They have this very bright blue abdomen. Very striking looking. There even is a more pretty looking Pseudhapalopus species also undescribed, which is orange and blue. However, I find this gray and blue coloration also very pretty. Very unique tarantula for sure. Just wish they would be much larger growing, but whatever. There we go. That was very fast takedown right there. She was hungry for sure. This is a Monocentropus balfouri. There we go, another blue tarantula. I'm a big fan of those. And this species is actually known for being rather social for a spider. As you probably know, all tarantulas, or most of them, are cannibalistic, but this species actually isn't. So, this is one of my personal favorites for sure. This is the Brachypelma klaasi. Look at her. A bit of a more sought after tarantula, I think at least. They are more expensive than, for example, Brachypelma, Hamori, or Böhmi. They are a bit more rare, but again, one of my personal favorites for sure. I always wanted to keep this species, and I acquired her somewhat recently, maybe 6 months ago or something. Most of my tarantulas I've actually kept for a very long time. I probably think that some of these spiders may be older than myself, actually. Look at her. But she is actually far away from being adult. She's maybe like semi or sub-adult, from what I can tell. But they seem to grow like a rock, so it may take a while. So here's another blue tarantula. Ooh, there we go. And she always has a very strong feeding response. I've been having this spider for at least 4 to 5 years, and I can't even remember when she skipped a meal. She is very food aggressive. And this is, of course, Pterinopelma sazimai, or Lasiodora sazimai, how they call it now. I think the other name is actually outdated by now. There we go. So, this is the Grammostola pulchripes. Oh, there we go. Very pretty tarantula as well. It's also called the golden knee tarantula in English, I think. And you can see why. Very pretty coloration, and she's actually right out of shed as well. Usually I wait 1 or 2 weeks after the shed until they're fully hardened out, and then I feed them. So, there we go. It was a very fast takedown. Could barely see the cricket. This is Chromatopelma cyaneopubescens, and she's actually kicking hairs at me, which is fine. I don't get too much of a reaction out of that usually. There we go. But very pretty spider as well. Bright blue coloration and red hairs on the abdomen. Doesn't get more beautiful than that, so let's go on to the next one. There we go. Another very hungry spider. This is the Nhandu tripepii. Obviously, I'm a fan of the brightly colored species, but I think this nice, just blonde, simple coloration looks very pretty as well. And they can actually turn almost orange when they're adult too. I've seen some very nice bright orange specimens of this species, but this one seems to be more pale, which I like as well though. Look at her. Very nice. So this is another Nhandu species. This is the Nhandu coloratovillosus, and she's right out of shed as well. Let's see here, she's gonna be hungry for sure. Oh, there we go. And as you can see, the contrast of her coloration after the shed is even more noticeable. Nice black markings on the legs. She didn't have them before the shed, actually. She was more brown looking. So another tarantula that is that has shed recently, or molted rather. I think it's only called shedding with the snakes actually. There we go. But this is the Acanthoscurria chacoana. Look at her. A bit more rare compared to the Acanthoscurria geniculata you seem to find everywhere. But they are looking very pretty too, and this is actually a female subadult. So really looking forward until she puts on some size. There are some Acanthoscurria species which stay a lot smaller. I'm not sure how large she is going to turn out. We're gonna see. So here's another classic tarantula. This is the Lasiodora parahybana, very commonly kept, and for good reason. They are pretty tarantulas, and they do very well in captivity in particular, and they grow very fast as well. With some New World tarantulas in particular, they seem to grow ridiculously slow. Not this species though. So let's continue with some scorpions. And this one strikes the prey item right away. See, this is the Hottentotta salei. Has to be one of my personal favorites in regards to scorpions. I'm a big fan of the Hottentotta genus in particular. Very venomous genus of scorpions, but very beautiful as well. There aren't many scorpions that have these kind of mixed coloration, if you know what I mean. Here we go. So let's see, this one likes to take them from tweezers. This is Parabuthus schlechteri, another species of fat-tailed scorpion. Let's see, looks like he's gonna start eating the cricket right away. Obviously with Parabuthus, Androctonus, and actually most of these butids, they have extremely fast-acting venom. They can paralyze other invertebrates pretty much right away, see? And they're gonna be paralyzed for quite some time. More than long enough for the scorpion to consume the prey item at ease. There we go. There we go. Another very venomous scorpion right here. This is the Leiurus aegyptiacus. Not sure if this one is comparable in venom level to the more well-known Quinquestriatus, but obviously that scorpion is known to have a particularly potent venom. Like in Drop for Drop, this is comparable to Death Adder Acanthoscurria venom, which is an Australian elapid. So just goes to show these have some very strong neurotoxins in particular. There we go, look at the cricket. So he likes to take the cricket from the tweezers. Look at him, this is the Hadrurus pallidus. Very pretty scorpion. I can nicely see him stinging the cricket right there. Definitely need to post more scorpion videos in general. I've seemed to notice that most people on my channel definitely prefer the venomous snake videos. But obviously I'm still a fan of the inverts as well. I've actually been keeping them for way longer. So there we go. Always very nice takedowns from this individual. This is Aegaeobuthus gibosus. And I always happen to have a few specimens of this species. They are quite frequently offered from the scorpion sellers that I'm in contact with. And people often offer me this species for trades, which I don't mind. It's a nice scorpion species, even though they're commonly kept over here in Europe. So here's one of my personal favorites, the Parabuthus villosus black morph. Usually he is able to, oh, there we go. I was gonna say usually he's able to sense the prey items in the air, which not all scorpions are able to. He is due to his his hairs you can see on the stinger in particular. But all throughout his body he's having these long hairs which he is using to detect vibrations in the air as well. Look at that. Again, this species is actually known to be able to catch flying insects mid-air. Very impressive for sure. So let's go on to the next one. So last but not least, I'm gonna feed one of my Asian forest scorpions. I actually have quite a lot of these. This happens to be a Heterometrus petersi. but I have all kinds of different heterometo species. Most of them usually don't like to be filmed though. When I open their box up, they seem to get agitated and then they're distracted with me and don't like to eat right in front of me. That's how it usually goes, but I don't mind just leaving the crickets in there as well. To me, they are very pretty scorpions. There we go. And this one, I was going to think that he's maybe eating it on camera since he is not as shy as the other ones, but you can tell he's a little bit disturbed by the camera light and now he just tries to get away. But it's fine, I'm gonna leave him alone now. So I hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one then.